go.
Yay, I got to do that thing that I wanted to do with the light for a long time instead of throwing it in their face.
Sweet.
Yay.
Alright, Mr. Wiggs.
Cheers. You
Cheers,
call me
Mr. Wiggs.
Singer Wiggs today.
Cheers, Senior Wiggs.
Singer Wiggs is here, and welcome to the bar.
Welcome to the bar, folks. I'm feeling simple today.
And I'm feeling wiggy.
Because he asked me about things I wanted to bring to the bar. And I was like, no, I just don't.
We have like no decorations at all today. We don't have like any kind of addition or anything. I'm wearing wigs.
Simple life. I'm wearing elaborate makeup.
I'm actually just secretly jealous of guys that have really nice hair.
Me too.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, some guys have the nicest flows, and
It's
I'm like
true.
this like bald dude who has like a bald patch. And I'm just like, I just like see guys with really nice flows, and I'm just like, nice flow, you know? Like, so
Yeah.
the only way I can pull off a nice flow is by throwing a wig on.
Yep.
It's like, well, I guess today maybe if I throw a wig on, I can pull off a flow, but that guy's got a nice flow. That's kind of how I feel.
Metalheads, nicest flows.
Metalheads do have the nicest
They have the
flows.
nicest flows.
They really do. There's some metalheads out there that have flows that cannot be beat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how can you beat that guy's flow?
You can't. You
can't.
can't beat a metalhead flow.
You can't. Some metalhead flows are next
It's
level.
like silky and delicious,
Absolutely.
and you pet it.
You gotta wonder what kind of like hair products they use to
Okay.
keep those like metalhead flows
You know what's
like
funny?
in check.
Is
In check.
I saw a little like short video or whatever of this one guy who's like, my hair care routine. He was
Nice.
like, total metalhead.
Nice.
Right? Like, super long.
I love
hair.
it.
And he's like, shampoo. And then he
Shampoo.
washes his hair all like sexy, and then he's like, conditioner, and then he puts in the conditioner, and then he's like, blow dry, and that was it.
Nice.
Like,
Shampoo,
super simple,
conditioner, blow
like,
dry. I like it.
You watch like
I
some
like
chicks
it.
do like, you know, hair care stuff,
Mhm.
and there's like a gazillion different products that they use. And
Yeah,
this one
yeah,
guy
yeah.
with the nicest hair ever. It's like, no, I wash my hair.
Yeah, exactly. You always think it's like, no, I'm greasy. I haven't had a shower in weeks. And then you ask, it's like, I shower every day. I use this. I use this. I use this. They have like a list of products to like keep their metalhead flow just like in check.
You just totally
In
said
check.
what I said backwards.
What? I said no. I said they use the products to keep their hairs in check. That's what you said.
No, it's not what I said. I said girls do that.
Guys do that.
The metalhead thing that I just described was shampoo, conditioner, and blow dry. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of product.
For guys' hair?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I just said the same thing.
Oh, well, I said the... It was like one dude who was a metalhead. I wasn't like...
All metalheads.
I'm sure there's some chicks out there that just use shampoo and conditioner.
All metalheads to keep their hairs flowing.
Yep. Yup.
Do you think that all metalheads do that, or only half metalheads to keep their hair good?
What do you mean?
Like, do they use a lot of products and shampoo and stuff?
Oh! I feel like some of them probably do.
Fair.
Depends.
Hmm.
I miss Butcher Babies. Speaking of metal.
That's
It
fair.
made me think of Butcher Babies.
Nice. Good band.
I liked Butcher Babies.
They
Butcher
were
Babies
good.
was great.
I haven't really seen, or heard a lot lately.
Are they still banned?
I'm not sure.
don't
That's
even
what
know.
that's what I'm wondering.
Just made me think of Butcher Babies.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love how, like, you're, like, totally whack, but yet, like, really put together, and I appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
'Cause
Thanks.
That,
Yeah.
That takes
Thank you.
effort.
Thank you. I put this wig on, and I was like, basically just because some days I really wish I had a nice flow. You know what I mean? So I threw it on, like, just right now to be like, I feel like I just want to have a flow for the next little
Would
while.
you ever wear a toupee?
Would I ever wear a toupee? I mean, I think if you found me the right toupee, I would probably wear a toupee. This wig is got to be maybe an hour at most, then I just want to rip this thing off my
It's
head.
very hot.
This wig is
gross.
disgustingly hot.
It's disgusting.
It's disgustingly gross. And once you have this thing on for over an hour, you just want to take
This
it
is not a good
and
wig.
throw it. You just want to take it and throw it in the garbage.
It's a bad wig.
It's actually very good for wearing as a costume or some sort of
For an
prop
hour.
for about an hour, and then you just want to rip it off and throw it in the
Because
garbage
you start sweating
because
bullets.
your hair gets itchy.
Yeah.
You start sweating bullets, and you're just like,
It's not a nice wig.
But I think I would wear a toupee.
Yeah?
I think I would. I don't know what kind of toupee could I pull off if I had to like wear a toupee. What do you think I could pull off?
I just want to see what you would look like with super emo hair. Like, just like...
Super emo, just the front?
the side swipe.
Okay.
Long, straight side swipe.
Okay. So you want to see me with just kind of a comb over side swipe on the one side, just kind of like down.
Yeah.
Just to see if I could do it.
Like
Any
Gerard
any
Way,
color in
old
it?
school.
Oh, nice. Any color in it? Or just keep it kind of like one toupee that just flows one way.
I think just
kind of down.
one, like, black toupee. Well, you have blonde hair, so that might look kind of weird. Or it might look really awesome. You never know.
That's true. But I can't say I've ever had a toupee that I wear like day to day. Is just like something that I like want to wear.
Like every day, put on your toupee.
Yeah. It seems strange to me. I couldn't go every day wear a toupee. It seems a little weird.
Well, maybe you could. You've never done it before.
That is true. Maybe if I found a nice toupee with a nice flow that fit me and suited me well, maybe that would be something that would just become something that I tossed on.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, man. I don't know. Like, if I really found one that I really liked, like, I know this one is just strictly for costume purposes. I would never wear this daily, like I said, for about an hour. Yeah. But if I found a nice one that was nice, like, fitting, I mean, you never know.
Maybe.
You never know. Maybe it would be something that would suit me. Maybe it would be something that would suit me. Would you ever consider wearing a wig yourself?
Like, just daily?
Like some sort of daily wig that you think you could wear that would suit you.
With the amount of hair that I currently have, no.
Oh.
Because my hair is thick and beastie.
Ooh.
And I appreciate it, except for it sheds.
Fair.
Like nobody's business. But I still appreciate it, because I'd rather that than bald.
Oh, okay.
If my hair were thinner, maybe. I like the way wigs look. Like when you get a nice wig. Not that. That thing,
Totally.
That thing is, I don't know what's living in it at this point.
Would this be, could I go to a metal show with this, or would it just be ridiculous? But because it's ridiculous, it'd be alright?
Yeah.
But see, we couldn't leave it on for too long, though, because I'd want to just rock out, and then I'd be sweating, and then I would...
Especially at a metal show.
Oh, yeah. And if it was outside, like an outside venue in the summer or something?
Gross.
Ugh. My suit's already getting my mouth. Ugh.
But yeah, I would do it. I have, and this is still on my probably will eventually do debating list, but getting like just like the extension part.
Yeah.
So, because I like to have my front pieces long, but I hate having the longness in the back. It sits on my fucking neck.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I thought about just getting like a couple of extensions to put on the
side or on the front.
Well, in the side front.
Like, Okay, cool.
And dyeing those the funky colors I like to do, and then just dyeing my hair black and calling it a day.
Super sweet.
So I might do that eventually.
Nice, dude. That's cool. I think it could work for you.
And I think a lot of people wear wigs because of stuff like that. Like, you get bored, you want to change your hair color.
Yeah. Harder in the summer, though, I think, because like they get sweatier and stuff. But I think
the wigs,
probably more breathable things now, though. More breathable materials.
Apparently not.
Still shitty?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Still to this time.
Yeah, like not as shitty as that one is, but even like your high quality, like $100+ wigs.
Damn.
Yes, they do get that expensive. Apparently are still hot and itchy.
Neato.
They just look nicer.
Interesting.
And you can blend it in with the natural hair better.
What's popular in hairstyles like these days for women? Like what are you seeing that's like a popular kind of thing that's going on? I really haven't been
out in public as much as normal.
Yeah. Is there a popular trend for hairstyles, or it kind of comes and goes in circles, right?
Yeah, I think like very like unisex hairstyles are in right now.
Cool.
Like
cool.
boy cuts and actually mullets. Mullets are popular right now. Still,
unisex haircuts are in, kind of like a gender bending hairstyles
yeah, like short,
that
choppy,
fit, just kind of can fit different types of people. Nice.
Yeah, or the mullet.
Or the mullet.
The mullet is
Nice.
still... The mullet's been around for a couple of years
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I've seen some mullets. I've seen a few mullets out there.
I mean,
Congrats to
they're
the
not...
people that can rock
Yeah,
mullets.
I applaud these.
Slow clap if you can rock a mullet.
They're not as bad as the 80s mullet.
That's
like,
fair.
they've been updated a little bit, but they're still a fucking mullet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's still
True.
like...
True.
You know? Business in the front, party in the back kind of deal. But...
Fair. But it's kind of also like party in the front, party in the back, because that's basically what a mullet is.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I saw...
Pretty much.
It's
If you're having a mullet, it's party in the front, party in the back.
It's
That's
just
a mullet.
It's just a party.
That's it. If you're wearing a mullet, that's all you're going for.
Yeah,
that's all you're going for.
It's ironic that you're asking me about hair stuff, because I saw I finally have a hair appointment coming up.
Whoa, cookie.
Okay, if you know girls who get their hair done, we tend to get our hair done at least every 4 to 6 weeks, generally. So once a month on average. I have not had my hair done in like 4 or 5 months.
And that's some sort of like sin in the world of like girls that get their hair done,
It's
right?
a sin.
You're way past your threshold.
I'm way past my threshold.
You're like, it's time to get this, or else I could become like a raging like hair monster.
At this point, I'm just like, put it back. Don't put anything in it, because styling it is almost useless.
Fair.
With the exception of stuff like this, which is fine because I like that look.
Mm.
Or put on a hat.
Totally, yeah.
Anyway, I saw this one type of haircut, and it's called a jellyfish haircut.
Cool.
There's some people that can pull this off, and there's some people that look absolutely moronic. So, what it is, there's kind of 2 different styles that you can do. There's the fairly basic one where it's like you get your hair chopped kind of here like a bob, like my hair normally is.
Sure,
it's
yeah. Bob hair.
Yeah, you get it cut here so it's like whoop, but then you have these like long pieces, like
they weave in.
No, they just kind of go underneath. So you have like this part of your head that's like the bob, like imagine your head's here and like this is the rest of your hair.
Yeah.
And then you have like this bit that kind of hangs down.
Oh. Okay.
Like a jellyfish.
Yeah.
So you have the whoop.
And then it's just a couple pieces that go down like bloop.
Well, it's all the way around.
Yeah.
Like it's at the base of your head. So the majority of your hair gets cut into that bob style.
Oh,
but then just like the little baby hairs or like a little bit of hair is just left kind of...
Interesting.
And then the second one is like you can do this two-tier jellyfish thing where you kind of get part of it cut here on like a super sharp angle and then cut here and then the jellyfish part.
Fair, neat.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool. What's up with girls not wanting to change who cuts their hair? I've noticed that a lot. I've noticed that if as a girl, especially, if you find someone that cuts your hair good, you never want to go to anyone else.
That's why I'm waiting this long for my hair appointment.
Why? How come? What's the deal? Is it just that one person that gets to cut your hair really good, and once you find that one person, you just don't want to go to? Is that just all it is?
Well,
is that literally all it is?
Because hair is so individual. Each person's hair is different. And depending on the type of hair you have, it can be really hard to find a good hairdresser. So if you're a black person, I've heard this from people, that because of the nature of African hair, it's hard to find a good hairdresser.
Oh,
they fuck it up all the time.
Oh,
okay. It's the same thing with like people like me who have really thick, naturally curly hair.
Okay.
Often people will cut it wrong because when you have thick, curly hair, if you cut it too short, it kind of just goes.
Cool.
So, or if you thin it out too much, it kind of just gets really like staticky and frizzy. So, if you can find a hairdresser that can make your hair not do those things, you stay with that hairdresser. And then the longer you stay with that hairdresser, the more they get to know your
I
hair.
was just about to say that was going to be like the next thing that I say. That if you find that one person that's cutting your hair really good, they'll even get to know how to do it better, or even know what to do, how to tweak it, because everybody's hair, like you say, is so unique that if you have a barber that just knows that person, it just kind of works out that way. Because I think a lot of people are picky with, like, I'm the complete opposite, but a lot of people are picky with who actually cuts their hair. You know what I mean?
Picky.
It's like a lot of people are just like, this is my hair.
I've gone through a lot of hairdressers.
Fair.
A lot of hairdressers.
Fair.
The last hairdresser I had before my current hairdresser, I had her for years, and she just recently retired.
Okay.
And she got to know my hair really, really well.
Every strand, how it flows, how it goes.
To the point where she would cut part of my hair while it was wet.
Whoa.
Because of how it fell and then how it would dry.
Cool.
And then she would cut part of it dry because of the way it worked. Because now my hair underneath, because it's healthier, has these beautiful, nice sort of ringlet type curls, not like this natural wave.
Oh, sweet.
Whereas the top half of my head, because of years of damage, is a lot more straight.
Okay.
And you have to cut those two types of hair differently.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
And she would be able to cut my bangs really good too. I'm very snarky with my bangs. Yeah.
Fair. Neat.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat. I think, summer, what I've noticed is the time that a lot of people experiment with different looks and vibes of how they want their hair to flow, because you can go shorter, and if you're swimming a lot, if you're in the water a lot, you probably don't want to have as much up there. So I think shorter dews maybe for the summer seem to be rolling along, because it's just less for if you're in the water more, if you're in, whatever, right?
It's funny because I tend to be less experimental in the summer with my
hair.
Fair,
okay.
Because I'm outside fairly often during the summer, and your hair naturally gets bleached by the sun, right?
Fair, yeah, absolutely.
Or if you're swimming in water and pools, whatever, that fucks up your hair. So for me, I don't want to spend X amount of time and dollar to have my hair get bleached out in like a week.
That's a good point.
So
True. And I mean, this summer I feel has had really good vibes. I feel like summer 2023 has been nothing but good vibes no matter where you go. It seems like it's just good vibes everywhere. So it's been sweet. I know our summer's been pretty cool.
Our summer has been.
We've had so far a lot of different things going on.
Yeah.
A lot of positive adventures, journeys, different things, and just kind of things to keep us going.
Awesome trip.
Yeah.
And.
Yeah.
Should I? Do I?
What?
Do I mention the thing?
What thing that's in progress right now?
Yeah.
For me?
Yes.
If you want to, sure.
This guy's filming a movie!
Whoa.
He's going to be in a scary movie. He gets to die.
I hope that was a good rendition of me dying.
It was. I think you actually almost decapitated yourself with lights.
Yeah, I'm trying to do my best as a local production is taking place to be part of this local production. And it's already filmed for a couple nights. It's a horror movie that's been filmed locally. And this movie is being filmed at a top secret location. We won't mention. Top secret. But yeah, and then we got a couple more things to film in this movie. And I'm playing a role as one of the characters in it. And there's many other great, beautiful, lovely people involved with this project. So we're really stoked to be putting this together.
I'm so excited about it.
And it's such a cool creative project that a lot of great creative people are involved in. And the couple nights that we've already been out there in this project have just been amazing. Just really good energy, really good people. This creative horror movie that's being put together that we will save to another time to mention it in fully. Yeah. But as of right now,
it's top secret.
It's top secret. But we'll throw it out there a little bit that it is in production right now, and it is being produced, and it will be coming to the end as we wrap up some filming and some more night scenes. So that has been an interesting adventure. I think the great thing about getting a lot of great creative people to work on a project is when everybody there is just having a good time, doing whatever needs to be done, but yet also very intertwined with the vibe of a project. And that this one's been feeling great so far.
Yeah, this one feels really good. Like, it doesn't feel rickety at all. Like even when things are rickety, they don't feel rickety.
Totally.
I don't know how
So I'll be an actor as a character in this movie that's coming up, which has been an interesting thing to do this summer.
Which will probably not be coming to a theater near you, but
it's pretty local, so we don't know. We don't know. This is a local thing.
I do think it's going to be played at our local indie cinema, though.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be. Absolutely. And the timeline is open. You can't rush stuff.
No, you can't.
Anything that gets rushed never pans out well. And you ask anybody about anything, and if it gets rushed, it never pans out well. You're better off to take that extra little bit of time that you need to make it the way that you want to. Because if you push things out too fast, or you're not just going with the flow, it's just not going to work anyway, you know? So that has been a cool adventure for me, and you've been there helping out with whatever needed to be helped out with. As well as enjoying the whole environment of making the movie. So that's been really cool.
My role in the production crew to be the person to watch out for the things that everyone else is going to forget about because they have too much to do.
Totally.
That's my role.
Yeah. And what I've noticed is that when you're trying to memorize lines, it's harder than you think it is because you're also creating actions within lines that you have to say.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to say that when you're memorizing lines for different things, it's harder than you think it is because you're creating actions, then you have your lines, and if a little bit of time goes by for an adjustment, you like forget a little bit, and it's just like, poof. So you have to remind yourself of all these things. And I have an average memory for different things, but like for something like that, it's a little bit tricky. So I had to refresh myself a lot as time was going on. But it's been super interesting to be part of this horror movie. And I think like the horror movie style in general is such a cool style to be part of, and to just be part of this project that's in works right now has been really cool.
It's funny because when you watch horror movies, if you're not an avid horror fanatic, you would think that on set it would be very like dark and serious and edgy, but it's the exact opposite.
It was the complete opposite. When you're on the set,
very lighthearted and bubbly.
Especially if you're just meeting people for the first time, it was very friendly, up-tempo, bubbly. Yeah, you think you're filming a horror movie, it's going to be this whole like spooky thing. Everybody was just completely having a good time, doing the sets and the stuff the way they were supposed to be done, but yet it was very just, yep, that looks good, that's great, that's cool. Very encouraging atmosphere, everybody just kind of being positive about being there. And I think ultimately when you're positive about being there in the first place and you actually want to be there, it's like that's how you know something's going to be great.
It's true.
You know, how many times do you go somewhere and you're not positive about being there, and it never is, you know. But if you're positive about going somewhere and you're positive about being there, man, that's where the greatness happens.
Mindset.
That's where the greatness happens, man. I'm telling you.
Mindset.
I'm telling you, it is absolutely. And this one's been going good.
Yeah, no, it has. And a positive thing, kind of relating to community and horror and stuff, I was actually really stoked to see this post from one of our local horror people. And they showed a picture of, I think it was a record that they bought at a local horror shop that just opened up, I think, last year or something.
Yeah.
And he made this post or whatever, and he was like, I'm seeing all these people post about all the shit that they're buying at Spirit Halloween, and we have this amazing local horror store that has all the spooky shit that you're buying at Spirit Halloween that's going to be, like, you know, upsold to you.
Fair, yeah.
Because it's a major chain. Yeah. It's like, fucking support your local people.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure, I hear you.
And you know, that's something to do on my list too for this spooky season. To go to that store more often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like a lot of spooky seasons, people don't realize how important it is to even trade things with other people, or share a costume with someone, or reuse things. Like we have a culture that loves to throw shit out a lot, and to be able to reuse things and share things with each other, especially costumes.
Yeah.
It's super important. Like, you don't always have to get everything new.
No.
People are kind of obsessed with everything new. Oh, I can't get used things. No, it's actually the opposite. You'll find a lot of cool shit that's used, that's slightly used. It might have a wine stain on it from that person that had a good time last year, but it's still a costume, and it could still be usable.
Probably
and it has character.
costume.
It has character built
story.
on. It already has a stain, so you don't have to think about putting a stain on it, because it already has a stain on it anyway.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter. There's already a few
And if
stains
you drop
on it.
wine on
You're
it,
good.
doesn't matter.
Bada boom, bada bing. There's already wine on it. You're
Doesn't
good
matter.
to go.
You're good to go.
You're good to
Good to
go.
go.
You're good to go. Absolutely.
Good to go.
Like all the cons that have been going on again, and I love seeing people dressed up for cons. How great is that?
It
When you go to
is.
cons and you're at cons and people are dressed up
Nice
in
to see again.
costumes and just having a good time and laugh. And I think that's why this summer's been great, because there's just been an endless amount of things that you can do and see and wear a costume and go have a good time.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was talking about LARPing the other day, doing some LARPing. And I don't know, I'm not involved with a lot of the local LARPing, but I don't even know if there is a lot. I haven't looked a lot.
I have
Local LARPing groups in
I
our
have not.
area. I don't know if there's a big LARPing community in this area or not. I don't really see a lot of people out there doing the LARPing. So I'm not sure if there's actually even a LARPing
I
thing
feel like there
in
probably is, because there's a huge D&D.
There is a big
thing
D&D
here,
thing
so
around here. Yeah, totally.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think LARPing is one of those cool things that if you have same thing, the right group of amazing people, it can be a hell of a good time. It can be a hell of a good time.
Yep.
Anytime you get to dress up, you get to either act or do some role playing and something different, is like how you never have a bad time. It's
true.
always just a good time.
It's a good time.
It's always a good time.
It's a great time.
It's a great time.
It's a good time.
It's always a great time.
This went away way too fast.
Yeah, well, we only had a little bit left to spawn ourselves a cocktail, so we thrusted ourselves into what we had left for the cocktail matrix today.
We did it for
Hanging
you.
out. Yeah, absolutely. We always do it for just
You.
doing it. I don't know. We just do it to do it.
You.
We just do it to do it. We do it to
You.
put out good vibes.
Done.
You. Uncle Sam wants you. We want you. Why does everybody always want you? We want you.
I don't know, because
You know what I
people
mean?
are funny.
You want me? You want him? You don't want me? You want that one? You want me? Who you want? You? Who? Me? You? You?
Me.
Yeah, you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted to give an honorable mention to a newscaster that always brings the news. This is my favorite newscaster, and he always brings the news, far beyond and above all other newscasters. And this newscaster has been delivering the news to people. He was on Panda Watch. He was on Panda Watch. He was there during Panda Watch.
Wow.
And I wanted to give a shout out
was the
to
time.
this amazing newscaster that always brings people together to report on some great big stories. I just want to give a shout out today to Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy, everybody.
Ron Burgundy, everybody. Stay classy out there. To being the best newscaster that I think could ever have existed on the entire planet. I mean, in my opinion, it doesn't get any better of a newscaster than Ron Burgundy himself. The Burgundy man, bringing in the stories that you need, the breaking stories, the heart-wrenching stories, the things that just tug at the heart. Ron Burgundy himself is coming in for an honorable mention this week as the newscaster of the century. I just, I love Ron Burgundy. He wrote a little book here, Let Me Off at the Top. And if you haven't read the Ron Burgundy Let Me Off at the Top book, it is full of jam-packed, top-notch,
I haven't.
top-notch news stories, things about his life, how to get better at living your own life, and how to just be a great person. And if you want to get into news, he really teaches you how to put yourself out there in a manner that is not only appropriate, but well listened to, well hearted. And if you want to know how to get there at Panda Watch, Ron Burgundy is the one that can get you to the top. Ron Burgundy, ladies and gentlemen, let me off at the top. This book is great. I think this is one of Ron Burgundy's best writings, to be honest with you.
Isn't that his only writing?
Well, he's written many leather-bound books, but I mean, this one in particular is clearly not leather-bound. But hey, it smells like Ron Burgundy, and it might.
Sex Panther?
It might not smell totally like Sex Panther, but if it stings the nostrils just right, then that's all you need. And this Ron Burgundy book definitely stings the nostrils. That is for sure.
That's funny.
That is for sure. So an honorable mention this week. Thank you, Ron Burgundy, for constantly bringing the news to people in a way that is above and beyond. And an honorable mention to Ron for being that newscaster that we all strive to possibly be one day. And I can't believe how real he keeps it. I can't believe how real he keeps it when he's out there in the field. He's out there with the team. Champ Kind. He's dealing with Brick and stuff like that. It must be so hard to deal with that crew of people. Like when you're out there with Ron, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like what do you think? Do you think it's hard for Ron to be there with that news team, dealing with Brick on the weather and
No, because I think Ron's so into himself that he doesn't notice.
You think so? Do you think Ron is so into himself that it doesn't matter? That's true. That's true. Well, I guess so. Brian Fantana. Can't forget Brian Fantana. Champ Kind. And then you got Brick. Right?
Brick's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brick, Brick and Ron go well together. I think, Brick and Ron could probably handle a lot of field work. I think if you needed a team to go out in the field, I think Brick and Ron can definitely be out there in the field. If you're looking for two guys, Brick and Ron in the field, Champ could maybe, I don't know. He's just like
whammy.
He needs to be. I think Champ needs to do more solo stuff because sometimes Champ can get overshunned by Ron, but Champ's so great. Champ is so great that I think he could arguably open up his own news channel. And be friends with Ron still by running his own news channel. I mean, it's quite possible.
It is quite possible.
I mean, Champ could have his Champ News especially.
Champ News.
And I mean, it's really interesting when you think of their news story as a news team. They've covered a lot of amazing things. Just a great overall coverage of things that have happened in the field.
That's good.
Yes, absolutely.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you like Anchorman 1 or 2 better? It's hard. How do you pick?
I'm going to go with 1.
How do you pick?
I'm going to go with 1 simply because I find the first one carries itself all the way through, whereas I find the second one, had a really good start, and then it slowly kind of declined.
Fair. Okay. See, I love...
And the first one had all the original jokes, where I did find that in the second one there was a little bit of rehash. Not too bad.
Okay.
But a little bit.
Fair. I can understand that, and I respect that for
Thank
sure.
You.
I personally think that the second one was equally as good or even better than the first one.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
I think that the second one had everything that the first one had, and then it had a bit of more randomness to it. And I think that's why I enjoyed the second one, because it was a little more scattered and all over the place in some aspects.
All right.
And I kind of really love that in a movie.
All right.
So to me, the randomness of the second one was almost more of an appreciated approach. The first one was great. But the second one just had so much randomness in it that to me, as a person that enjoys random, I thought the second one was great.
I will say, I loved the love story between Brick and I can't remember her name.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I loved it. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, we should rewatch it at some point. We should. Absolutely. But when I
back to back.
Absolutely. Sometimes, when I
So you can
watch,
make an informed
sometimes
decision.
when I watch the news, I'm always just kind of like, I wish this news had a little bit more Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
And I think, maybe a lot of people out there would agree that sometimes you just wish the news had a little bit more Ron Burgundy in the stories. Because, if you're covering a story like Ron, he is truly the newscaster that you want to be. That's definitely the way. If I was a newscaster, if I was my own personal newscaster, I would be Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
Yep. I would break it down, and I would try to be the best version of Ron Burgundy that I could be.
Speaking of news, we now have a new fat animal of chonkiness. The biggest animal in the world, as far as weight goes, is no longer the blue whale, according to current estimates.
Whoa, what's the new biggest animal
Oh, God.
in the world, according to weight estimates?
Something like that.
What's Prudilus?
Prusatilis.
Prusatilis what?
I will get back to you. Prutilis, I think.
Prudilus?
something like that.
They discovered
Colossus.
something new?
Colossus is a species.
Prudilus colossus?
So it's a type of extinct whale.
Oh,
And
interesting.
this thing was massive according to their estimates, because all they really have is vertebra right now, as
Okay.
far as I know.
Okay,
Oh,
fair.
and the little pseudo feet, legs.
Fair.
If you didn't know that, whales have pseudo
Whales do have some pseudo.
That's how
feet
we
legs,
know
yeah.
evolution,
Mhm.
that they were on land and then went back into the water. Anyway, so
I think what she's trying to say is San Diego means a whale's vagina.
a really big whale's vagina.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to get at here.
This whale, one of its vertebra, which if you don't know what a vertebra is, it's the chunk of bone, like how your back has chunks of bone. One of them is 220 pounds.
What?
This thing was ginormous.
220 pounds?
A human was like this big.
What?
Yeah. This thing was massive.
Holy moly.
Big chunky boy.
Wow,
Look it
that's
up.
huge.
He's a big chunky boy and he's got a little head. It's very
That's
funny.
huge, dude. That's crazy.
Again, all of this could change.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's the kind of story that we need to send Ron to dig into.
He would
We
have
need
a
to
field day
send
with this
Ron.
chunky boy.
We need to send Ron to dig into the new Chunky Boy and to dig up some information about this Chunky Boy. Ron Burgundy needs to get on that story.
He does.
If you're out there, Ron, we need you to get on this story. This is breaking news
breaking
about
news.
a new chunky whale that is bigger than anything that has ever been discovered. And we need Ron to get out there,
Find that chunky
and you
boy.
need to find that chunky whale. You need to find that chunky whale,
Find
Ron.
more of him.
Ron, we need you to find that
Need you,
chunky
Ron.
whale, Ron. Where's Ron to find the chunky whale? We need you, Ron.
We need you,
Ron Burgundy. Ron Burgundy, you got a poop mouth. You got a poop mouth, Mr. Burgundy. You got a poop mouth. You got to clean your poop mouth, Mr. Burgundy.
I eat that cat poop.
I love you, Ron. I love you, Ron. Fine, I'll eat the shit. Fine. I give you cat poop. Give me some cat poop. Fine, I'll eat the shit. Fine, I'll eat the shit. I'll eat the cat poop. I'll eat the cat poop. I'll eat it. I'll eat the shit. Steak. Can we get a steak for Ron? Can we get a steak for Ron, please? That is one of the funniest parts. Fine, I'll eat the shit.
I'll
he
eat the
says.
cat poop.
I'll eat
You
the
don't have
cat
to eat
poop.
the cat. No, I'll eat the cat
You don't have to
poop.
eat the cat poop. You don't have to eat the cat. Oh no, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat the cat poop.
It's so dry.
Can we get a steak? Can we get a steak for Ron, please? Can we get a steak? Can we get a steak for Ron? Steak, anybody? That's awesome. Oh my god. But we need Ron to go look out for the whale. We need Burgundy on the story.
We do.
That is a great segue to send that we need to get Ron on that story.
yes.
That's a big
Or
breaking
whatever.
story.
Bruce,
We need
yes.
Ron Burgundy to get there and discover the truth, because he can find the truth. And if anybody can find the truth, Ron Burgundy can find the truth.
I'm gonna go find the truth.
We're finding the truth, everybody. Stay classy out there, everyone. Stay classy. Ron Burgundy, stay classy.